Now, those of you who don't want to spend £2 on a Hasselblad, maybe the Pentacon 6 is an interesting way into medium format. You can pick these cameras up on eBay for as little as 100 to 200 euros right now. I got my Pentacon 6 a few years ago. I think I spent £150 on it with a Zeiss lens for parts only off eBay because it wasn't working, it was seized up, it was clearly in someone's cupboard for decades, which is the case with these old Pentacon 6s. They have been around a long time. My camera is probably around 60 years old. I found a specialist guy in Germany who charged another 100 euros for a full service and a replacement cloth shutter. So for less than 300 euros, $300, I had a fully functioning 6x6 medium format camera. These cameras were introduced in the late 50s. I think mine is an early 60s model, and they were made all the way up to the early 90s, which probably was when East Germany was reunified with West Germany after the fall of the Berlin Wall. So I assume the factory stopped production, or for whatever reason, or they were just a little bit obsolete, because it is a chunky old ugly thing. I mean, it's not the best looking camera. It's kind of in a DSLR style. It's got a certain brutish charm to it, shall we say. Now, the secret weapon of the Pentacon 6 are the Zeiss lenses that it takes. There's quite a wide range of Zeiss lenses you can buy for this. I've got the 80mm and the 50mm, both fantastic lenses. Now, these are the Zeiss Jenner lenses, which again were made in East Germany along with the camera, which are slightly different than the West Germany Zeiss lenses that the Hasselblad system uses. I mean, there's very little between them still, and you can pick these lenses up 200 euros, 300 euros. You can pick up a camera and the 80mm, which is the popular lens that comes with it, as I've said, for around 300 or 400 euros depending on the seller. If you want to take my advice, if you live in Europe, or if you can find somebody who's willing to ship internationally, check German eBay, ebay.de, which is a lot closer to the source of where the Pentacon 6s were made. You may find a bargain on there, for sure. I mean, there's definitely resurrected ones that have been serviced, CLA'd. I would recommend, if you pick one up, to try and find somebody who can service it if you're not buying a serviced one. Mainly due to the age of these cameras, they are 60 years old. And as I've said, they probably don't meet the build quality, probably not, of the Pentaxes or the Mamiyas or the Hasselblads. But mine, to be honest, after I've had it serviced, runs perfectly. Spacing is perfect, shutter speed is perfect. Unlike the Hasselblad 6x6, which is very modular, you can have one roll at a time, you load it through the back like an SLR. It's very much like a big chunky SLR design. There are interchangeable lenses though, which is a key thing. As I've said, the Zeiss lenses are its secret weapon. It is quite a heavy, chunky beast, but I suppose most medium format cameras are. I think it is built like a tank. I don't want to misrepresent the build quality. It is a sturdy thing. I'm just not sure how high the quality of the internal workings are. Mine has worked fine, as I've said, since it's been serviced. I mean, like I said, if you don't want to spend £2 on a 6x6 Hasselblad, the Pentacon 6 for 400 euros, I mean, how can you go wrong? for people who are trying to get into medium format, this is such a cheap way in compared to the prices of other medium format cameras. It's an absolute steal if you can find a working copy, or be prepared to pay a little bit more to service a slightly damaged or non-working copy. If you're trying to get into 6x6 medium format, and this camera punches way, way, way above its weight. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Any questions, let me know in the comments.